Statistics show just how many alleged murderers have been granted bail so far this year. This as the family of the nation's latest murder victims speak out. Plus, police seize stolen vehicles in a major bust and plans to export local straw goods. We've got those stories and more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and NB12 starts right now. Topping news tonight, newly released bail statistics reveal more than 130 people charged with murder, manslaughter, and other crimes against the person have been granted bail since January 2013. Minister of State for Legal Affairs Damian Gomez released the new figures today as parliamentarians debate 4 pieces of legislation which he says will help to strengthen and modernize the criminal justice system. Debate comes just one day after a man granted bail in June was arrested in connection with yesterday's murder in Fox Hill. Vonnie Toot reports.
131 people charged with murder, attempted murder, manslaughter, or other crimes against a person have been granted bail over the past year and 8 months. That's according to bail analysis figures tabled in the House of Assembly today by Minister of State for Legal Affairs Damian Gomez. According to statistics, 88 people charged with murder, attempted murder, manslaughter, or other crimes against the person were granted bail in 2013. 22 of them had varying conditions of bail. Meantime, 43 people charged with those serious offenses were granted bail between January and August of this year. 19 of them had varying conditions of bail. However, that's just a tiny fraction of those people who actually made bail applications over the past year and a half. Most of those matters were adjourned. Gomez says this issue must be addressed.
That data, Mr. Speaker, underscores the need for us to tighten our efficiency levels in the prosecution of matters.
The issue of bail, particularly people charged with serious crimes like murder, is a huge concern. Just yesterday, a man charged with murder in 2010 and granted bail 3 months ago was arrested in connection with yesterday's murder in Fox Hill. Gomez reaffirmed the government's commitment to the Swift Justice Initiative. He also noted that court renovations at the Ansbacher Building and Old Magistrates Court are nearly complete.
We ought very soon to take possession of the property with a view to turning it over to the Chief Justice for him to occupy and utilize in order to ensure that we reduce radically the number of incidents in which persons come to court to assert that either they have not been tried within a reasonable time or it is likely that they will not be tried within a reasonable time.
Gomez also provided bail analysis figures for rape. He says 30 people charged with rape or attempted rape were granted bail over the last year and 8 months, while 48 people charged with unlawful sexual intercourse or incest have been granted bail during that period. Gomez says 976 bail applications were made last year. Of that number, 398 people were granted bail, 144 people were denied bail, 70 were granted varying conditions of bail, bail was revoked in 5 cases, and 359 matters were adjourned. Gomez provided those figures as parliamentarians debate 4 important pieces of legislation, including the Bail Amendment Act, the Evidence Amendment Act, and the Abolition of Mandatory Minimum Sentences Act. He says these bills require the support of MPs from both sides.
It is important, therefore, Mr. Speaker, that members support this bill and that we get, hopefully, a level of bipartisan support in this place so as to ensure that we have our laws conform with the utterances of judicial voices from different quarters of the globe.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Toot.
After the shocking murder of a Fox Hill resident yesterday morning, family members of Dekeel Curry are asking for justice. Simone Davis has that story.
We're here now at the residence of the family of the country's latest murder victim, Dekeel Curry, who say they are left baffled and confused about why someone would want to take his life.
The last thing we said to Dekeel was, "Daddy, we can see you later. Bye, Daddy." We didn't even know that was going to be our last one.
That was the fiance of Curry, who said they just had their first child only 2 months ago. Now her son has to grow up without his father before he even got a chance to know him. Dekeel's mother, Malaya Curry, breaks down as she recalls how she felt when she heard the news that her son was shot in the head.
At 7 o'clock in the morning, I got up. I looked outside, I saw him standing in the door. I said, "Dekeel, you just behave yourself, Keel." Before I went to work, I drove on Burn Road. I said, "Keel, I going to work." Hour after that, I came just after and this is my son laying in a pool of blood. God knows it. I can't express how I feel today, honest to God. I hurt so bad. I just want justice for my children. My son is all I asking for.
He was released from prison on bail in June of this year. Dekeel's cousin Samantha says they only want justice for their family.
They need to stop putting murderers and killers on bail, because that's the said who killing.
So what she wants is justice.
She wants justice. I want justice for my family, because that's my cousin and my auntie. I just want justice. That's all I want.
Police say the incident is still under investigation as they are searching for a 16-year-old boy of Step Street in connection with the murder. Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
In other news, while acknowledging the need to urgently address some major hotels' outstanding electricity bills, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister responsible for BEC, Philip Brave Davis, said today BEC Chairman Leslie Miller should first seek his advice before following through on a threat to disconnect them. On Tuesday, Miller threatened to disconnect the power supply of 3 Western New Providence hotels if they do not pay their outstanding bills by the end of the week. However, Davis says not so fast.
I would hope that he understands that a decision to do something of that magnitude, that impacts so many, that will impact the industry of which we rely, that he would seek counsel of me.
Davis says it is important to understand that government partners with tourism stakeholders and they should not try to irk one another. He says his ministry reached out to the major hotels last week to ask them to pay their bills, and officials are awaiting a response.
The decision to cut off or not to cut off, I think is one that he will seek some advice on before he takes that step. The truth of the matter is that there are some outstanding debts that are due to the corporation by hotels that needs to be addressed, and hopefully those debtors will take note of the urgency of the matter and at least come and make some arrangements to resolve those issues.
Davis says he understands major businesses often have to make choices on what bills have to be paid. Miller says 3 hotels out west collectively owe the corporation more than $30 million, but Davis could not confirm that figure. Baha Mar officials would not comment, while calls placed to officials at Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort and Super Cub Breezes were not returned up to news time today. Miller said that 2 hotels have reached out to BEC and promised to pay a total of $2 million by tomorrow. Well, the poor state of roads across New Providence has motorists blasting the government over the lack of haste to fix them. Our Kyle Joaquin took to the streets to see just how bad they actually are.
Motorists traveling west on this Prince Charles Drive have had the hard task of riding over this dug-up portion of road right here. They say they don't want the government to simply throw some tar over it, but to actually fix the problem. Riding west along Prince Charles Drive has now become a headache for motorists who often find themselves slowing down incredibly to either go around or fall in 2 potholes left after a water line burst over a month ago.
This has been like this now for like a month. You know, I don't know what happened, right? But they never repaired it. You know what I mean? I came in the other night not knowing. I almost ran up. You know, I broke one of my tires up. You know, a couple of people I saw had broken rims and stuff. You know, this is a disgrace, man. They need to fix this. You know what I mean?
To make matters worse, in fixing the damage left by water and sewage employees, the road wasn't evenly fixed. Instead, tar was simply spread over.
I don't understand the problem. I mean, you know, why is it taking them so long? Yeah, they just tarred it up, patched it up. I mean, somebody can die here, you know. Somebody get killed right now.
From that water main base, and they got that fixed. They were supposed to come back the next day and repair that. Around what time?
Or at least within the week or something, man. You know? But I know a few people that, you know, I saw cars all along the road here, man, busting tires and stuff. They almost caused an accident. I watched a guy the other day run up off the sidewalk here, and he only missed a lamp pole and missed the car because he lost control of his car when he hit the hole. You know? I mean, it's crazy, man.
And it's the same for several roads across New Providence. Along Pinewood Drive, holes run straight across the road, all left after industrial work was carried out. And then there's this portion of Faith Avenue where motorists often find themselves driving on the wrong side of the road while trying to avoid causing any further damage to their vehicles. For weeks, there have been potholes littered along the western side of Faith Avenue, with one of them running from the traffic light on Carmichael Road northward over the hill and around the curve. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works Philip Brave Davis told NB12 today that his ministry is nearing completion of an assessment that should address all the road issues.
I'm awaiting a report from the technical people who have been doing the assessment, and not only just the assessment, but the assessment include the experiences of drivers they have been waiting on, and it's not just 1 week or 2 weeks of experience. They're waiting for some time to expire. So hopefully I should get that report shortly.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.